Welcome back.
So what are we doing back in the shop?
We're buying all the hearts.
Oh my goodness. That is a fellow right there.
Yeah, he's... I don't know why. He looks like one of those cowboys from the Bounty Hunters and Cowboy Bebop.
No way.
Yeah.
I will provide a video after recording so you can splice it into the video. It looks nothing like the Cowboy Bebop cowboy.
Okay, they look nothing like both of them, but it looks like a mix of them. Kind of. Okay, not really. I just couldn't think of any other space cowboy, okay?
You could just say it's a cow.
It is a cowboy.
To which I would say no, it's a triangle.
We're in Nature Planet Neverland. Tell me, when I said Nature Planet Neverland, did you expect lava everywhere?
It's an element in nature, but no fucking way.
I suppose it is. This little hangar is quite convenient because I don't know why they have a single hangar that you can park your ship on. You would think that would be better guarded, but I don't know. I don't know what the planet is supposed to do, like manufacture lava?
So remember how we were going on and on about how good the lightning bomb is in the last video? Well, that's not effective in this planet at all unless the thing is explicitly mechanical. Like that.
Yeah, it's not, but it does still explode faster than the fire one.
What are we hitting?
An enemy in the corner.
I didn't even see it.
I had already played this stage a little bit. I didn't want to make Thorn have to cut out a lot. He still ended up needing to cut out a lot,
Yeah.
but I tried to minimize it. For both my sake, of course.
Yeah, lightning doesn't seem to do shit against enemies unless it's charged, and even then it's kinda...
Yeah, that's the problem. But I just prefer the faster explosion. That's my main draw. I don't know why the fire explosions, when they're pumped up, take longer, but they do.
We're not getting the cherry, what? Oh yeah, right, evolution, fuck.
Yeah, they don't give us health, and I mean, we didn't need it even if we were after health. I mean, look at our health.
Well, my thought was, hey, points, go get that. Because, you know, I still haven't watched the videos, so that...
Pac-Man has conditioned that out of people, I suppose, yeah. There's also no points, though.
That bomb just deflate. We didn't charge it enough, did we?
Yeah, these guys are actually more aggressive, so yeah, I dropped the bomb early in that case. It is funny to see them deflate, though, isn't it? Just whoop. Oh, it's gonna be a cool explosion, but nope, not anymore.
It really just bugs me that we're leaving all these foodstuffs behind because I see that lollipop. I think, dude, invincibility. But no, this is not Kirby.
Every game has conditioned everybody to pick up food. I mean, wall turkey.
Oh, those are dumplings. I was like, what the fuck is that thing? Oh.
Are they dumplings? Because
Yeah,
when I see them up close, they actually look like the colors are right for dumplings, but they actually look like one of those popsicles that have two ends that are multicolored.
Hard to say, but it's the most prominent thing that sticks out in my head.
Yeah, fair enough. I also get confused because there's a shish kebab item, and that also looks like honey glazed dumplings. But it does make sense for the traditional, like, pink, white, and green dumplings to be dumplings. Ah. Anyway, the only reason to go up here is for a custom part. The problem is that I end up staying here because I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's something if you destroy all the enemies. And it does make a jingle when I do go over and destroy the flamethrower on the right. I just don't know what the jingle activates. Like, for all I know, it probably just opens up the doors, but I had already opened them up by killing the enemies down below.
It's just a good job icon.
Good job, jingle.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a noise. Like, it's not even gonna tell me anything. Also, you're probably noticing I'm picking up some foodstuffs by accident, so... I'm not leaving it all. Thanks, Thor.
That's my job.
I do wish you had cut out this part, because I'm gonna have to backtrack through this room again. This is one of the cases of me going to a room that's a dead end. Early, again.
And getting beat up.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the boss with only 2 hearts, and I'm just gonna let him... Okay, I'm not gonna let him, I'm just going to happen by pure coincidence to lose to him. But it's a funny loss, because the boss loves... He has a good way to attack Bomberman. It almost kind of justifies Bomberman's murderous tendencies.
I think it was just programmed to do that, because Bomberman's clearly a robot.
Do you think that, what was the name of the professor? Dr. Ein? Programmed Bomberman?
Wait, there's a... Bomberman was... Whoa, that actually... It's something I just came to realize, even though it makes a whole lot of sense, but I never knew Bomberman had a creator.
I don't think he has a creator. For what I understand, okay, Bomberman had a creator according to the manual of the English version of the PC Engine games, the TurboGrafx 16 games. But that was a weird thing, and Dr. Ein is some character they introduced around the Generations and Jetters, like, era. Or actually, I think around the Game Boy Advance era. And he actually functions more like Sordon for the Power Rangers. He just tells Bomberman and the new, cooler, darker, edgier Bomberman Max what things to do.
Oh, I thought you meant Black Bomberman.
This was around the era where Sonic Adventure 2 had come out, and I guess that was just a thing. A phase game developers were going. People like dark and edgy teen lords, right? Or dark edge lords.
How about the 2000 era? Yeah, kinda.
So that just became a thing.
I think Bomberman, they kind of rehauled his backstory for Bomberman 2 on the NES. It's like, there's a story of the original NES that nobody really cares about anymore. So they decided for Bomberman 2 they would have a inventor. And I think most of the game is you saving his daughter.
Yeah, that's the plot from another invention of his, Black Bomberman, which is,
Yeah.
you know, okay, whatever. Then 94 or 93 came out, the TurboGrafx game or PC Engine, I forget which one, or if they're even the same thing.
They're the same thing, just different name.
Alright. So, they made it so that one of them, it's Bomber Cop, I think?
Bomber Cop.
Like, Black Bomber is now a super space criminal, and the other one was Bomberman gets framed for a crime. It's super great. If anybody reads the thread, I think I quoted the manuals in there, like for both of those games, and it's just ridiculous. I love it. I love localizations in the 90s.
I still gotta one day just get off my ass and look up what is up with Bomberman Zero, because that was a reboot that just completely messed with everybody's expectations, and I want to know what it's about.
never mind that. Have you seen the concept art for it? Like,
Oh yeah, it's...
They decided to draw something that you never see in-game, which are Bomberman and Bomberwomen, I guess, without the cybernetic armor they decided to put on there. And it's just... It looks like something out of Persona or another Atlas game.
Now even more curious.
Like, they're essentially full-body gimp suits.
Ugh.
It's a thing. It reminds me of Aeon Flux and that other series that guy made about Alexander, I think.
You know, I was gonna make another comment, but I'm honestly kind of stunned that anyone else remembers Aeon Flux.
I was stunned they made a movie. Like, I'm
Yeah.
surprised they remembered it long enough for somebody to decide, hey, technology has advanced to the point that let's make a movie out of this property.
Well, they made a fucking movie out of Battleship, so I think Hollywood's just creatively bankrupt at this point.
I was gonna say the 3D CG Rocky and Bullwinkle should have clued me in, but I had hope. I had hope.
Weird thing about Bomberman Act Zero, it's the only game since the original NES story to be about that story. Trying to get to the top of the factory to become human.
Interesting.
It's the other one that didn't try to market itself as a cutesy thing.
Yeah.
Even Bomberman Live or Bomberman, they had weird names for Wii and PSN, like Bomberman Battle Clash and Bomberman,
It was just Bomberman Blast, wasn't it?
Ah, yeah, probably. Can't remember the Wii one then. But yeah, they were incredibly cutesy, like to the point that they no longer had any plot. The main draw is playing until you get all the custom parts. And I don't know, the music sounded a lot cheerier than in every other one. Like, you know how in this Bomberman we've had like Golden Eye-ish Mission Impossible music, right?
Yeah.
And then in Jetters, we had, you know, semi-anime butt rock, which, you know.
Oh damn, I missed a good one.
It's par for the course for a game that had an anime adaptation, or that maybe they planned all along to have an anime adaptation.
Yeah, but the original theme was so much better.
Of course it was, but they never went back to it. But at least they never tried something like darker and edgier again. Which, I don't know if anybody has listened to the soundtrack for Act Zero. But, it's not good.
I'd imagine so.
I do enjoy this, so Pommy gets stuck down there with an enemy and he can't get out.
The enemies also get stuck down there. Well, there's two enemies down there. But, yeah, Pommy can't get out. I can't hit the enemies until I decide to throw a charged bomb down there.
What is even happening down there? What?
Pommy is constantly being stunned by the enemies. The enemies are unable to die. They're just trapped down there. And there's me finally killing them, putting them out of my misery.
You know, I was gonna say that Pommy should be fucking dead considering how close he is to lava, but I think he's dead now.
No, he just likes being down there, I guess. Still alive. Anyway, here's boss time.
Only 2 hearts.
It's gotta be fun.
What should we do, Bomberman? I don't fucking know.
I really don't understand. Like, this is the first time that Pommy's reaction actually makes sense. Like, if I had lava spewing out of a grating underneath me, yeah, going into the one place that doesn't have grating seems like the best plan.
So hello, Nappa.
Kinda, yeah.
They all have scouters, but yeah, this guy is the only one that relatively looks bald. So, I'll accept Moloch being the Nappa.
Oh! Oh, no remote control.
Ah, I'm blind.
You shall face the power of Earth itself. By that I mean fire. Okay.
You know what works against lava? Lightning.
Yes.
It doesn't really. Here's the thing about Moloch. He stuns you a lot. And when he doesn't stun you, he dashes at you, and for some reason, he can grab you even though you're in invincibility frames. And he has a very large, what's the word I'm thinking of? Hitbox? For when he can grab you. So yeah, there I paused the game because I was thinking, maybe I should restart, but then I'm like, wait, no, I get to retry anyway, and I'm right outside the boss room.
The term you're thinking of is Hurtbox. It's basically the same as Hitbox, but for damage values.
Oh. So yeah, here I finally listened to your advice about, the ice bombs.
And get thrown across the room.
It doesn't work out whenever he grabs you, because he has invulnerability frames for spinning you around like an asshole.
He just seemed the most bullshit, because that looks almost undodgeable.
It probably is dodgeable, maybe I didn't have all 3 skates, or maybe I just was sticking too close to him. As you can see, the arena is slightly taller than it is wide, because of Pommy and the safe zones below the lava.
Oh wait, he's done. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you for giving Bomberman the credit for once.
You can't beat Bomberman. Me, however, I'm gonna hide like a coward.
I mean, it's modus operandi at this point. Shame on me if I was expecting him to try to headbutt the enemy.
You cannot fight without a reason. Oh, he has a reason. He's a sociopath.
I meant a good reason. One I could identify with.
Pay attention to the cutscenes.
Mashing A, mashing A, mashing A.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm so generous to the cutscenes and let them play out. But in this one, at least something interesting happens.
We get cooked.
We're actually in dire straits this time. Whatever shall happen.
Oh, I again.
Yes. I'm important. I can do things.
I got over my existential crisis.
Well, considering that we could see this scene first, it makes sense. She could possibly not have her existential crisis yet.
But she already...
I mean, in this case, she did, but I guess it's because you haven't been following the thread, but we get to pick which of the 2 planets we unlock to go to.
Oh, so it's a...
It's kind of a branching storyline thing in the same sense that Star Fox 64 was, kind of.
Okay, so we did this. You did this a little bit out of order.
Well, I let the thread vote because we can. We can go anywhere we want. We're meant to get 5 elemental stones before we're allowed to finish the game. But if we finish the game without all 7, then we're stuck doing the bad ending. There's another way to get the bad ending even when you have all 7 elemental stones. So when this episode is over, there will be actually 3 things to vote for. We can go to a stage that ends the game, or we can go to a couple of stages that have another elemental stone each. So there's that.
So they made a open-ended, story thing and didn't write to accommodate for this, so what basically happens is Lilith understands that she's a reincarnation of a goddess and blah 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 and has this crisis, and then because of how this operates, she's now has no idea that she's a goddess, or is she just over this, or...
They just don't really care.
Okay, I'll take that.
Lava bombs.
Anyways, earth bombs.
About earth bombs, they're bad.
Yeah, they don't look good.
They're good and they're bad. Okay, you probably don't know this by watching the video, but let me let you know. You can only put one at a time.
They don't have AoE either, do they?
No, they have a huge AoE. It's still a cross shape, but it's like multiple blown up bombs. And that's great. It automatically kills almost everything in one hit. But the problem is that because you can only put one, if the enemy has a lot of space to move in, or you don't have a lot of space to move in, it's really cumbersome in that sense.
Oh, it can hit you as well?
And it's a 20-second long explosion.
Oh yeah, no. It's not just that, Thorn. The amount of fire level that you have is actually what determines how long it lasts. Like, if I had 0 fire level, the explosion wouldn't take 20 seconds. It would still do a good chunk of damage, and it would still be as large as it normally is, but it lasts like a fraction of the time. But once you get to level 3, yes, it's a 20-second explosion. So...
And you can only drop one.
Yep.
Well, I think if you dropped more than one, you would probably overload the game.
Oh, just dropping one seems to overload it.
Sometimes I wonder if the game is actually, like, suffering from frame rate issues, or if it's actually deliberately slowing everything down.
It's frame rate issues. The Nintendo 64 was not a powerful console. If you take a look at games such as, let me think of a good example. You got Quest 64,
Nah.
GoldenEye, and I think Mario 64 had some. Those games had a lot of frame hitches. A lot of the games in the Nintendo 64 area were like 24 frames a second at best.
I can definitely confirm GoldenEye because the speed run for that is based entirely on pointing the camera to the ground so that there's less frame rate loss.
Yes! I love it.
I didn't know that, because when you're playing... Oh! No, they... Okay, I get it. See, I'm always under the impression that whenever you're using split screen, the game should be, like, chugging more. But I figure they've probably done the smart thing that I always forget people can do, which is to use lower poly models in multiplayer.
They actually lower the resolution rendered at each frame.
So that would explain why the multiplayer actually runs fast on games like GoldenEye. Okay. My bad. But yeah, you saw the backtracking there that we had to do for a couple of custom parts now that we had remote bombs.
So yeah, we've gone like 5 minutes without showing off how terrible these earth bombs are, and I'm still curious.
Don't worry. As per usual, the mandatory puzzle level at the end will force us to use them.
Okay, good.
See, here's the thing. For the earth bombs, they're actually really good at the end because they're basically the only thing that kills everything in one hit. And the enemies there don't move a lot. But outside of the final level, not so much.
Tommy thought it would be cooler in here, but it still thought, you're next to a lava pit, you stupid child!
I can't believe Pommy knows anything about computers, really. Like, I'm wondering what the original Japanese was? If it was also about, like, you know, actually having a cooling system for all the machinery in here.
Am I supposed to destroy something way out there? Oh, I don't know. A bomb!
If Bomberman can't swim, can he drink lava?
No, he'll just drown in it.
Speaking of... So, you see that lava, right? You understand that I'm probably gonna have to get across it somehow. First off, here's the spread of the bombs.
Oh my god, that is slow.
It is very slow, but it will kill enemies in one hit, and the enemy AI is not smart enough to be like, oh, I ran into fire, I'd better move the other way now. Negative side, yeah, it lasts forever. even this will last forever.
Oh my.
At least it looks kind of cool to see a lava flow slowly grow. But other than that...
I don't know, it looks alright. Like, I think you just have to anticipate where you're, Oh good, this mechanic.
Yeah, so about this, I did not think things through. I was still thinking, hey, I have remote bombs, and maybe this will last. Nope. But we get to see a fun glitch.
Wow.
Speedrun strats!
Goodbye!
You can escape the world. Here's another attempt. Here I'm thinking, okay, I'll just bounce the bombs over. Nope.
So physicists are wrong, you can sink and drown in lava.
I guess you can, if you're a robot. So yeah, here's the actual solution. It would have been better if I had a smaller flame range, because then I wouldn't risk hurting myself. But eventually I just say, you know what, I have 10 hearts, fuck it.
This is why you've got all the hearts.
Why'd you take damage? What the hell happened there?
The explosion is still large enough that it got me.
Oh, right, bombs hurt you. Because
Yeah.
Bomberman's not immune to bombs.
He's only immune to wind bombs.
That little bastard down there's an asshole.
Yeah,
I'm safe.
I mean, I didn't need to kill him. He's not gonna get in my way anymore, but, you know.
100% LP.
That or I was really mad at that enemy. I can't remember anymore. I think at this point I'm like, I had turned off my brain. Consider that I had to backtrack all the way from the middle of the stage all the way over here. Because that's how checkpoints work. So having died twice in this room, I've seen this stage more than I wanted. That's why I trimmed it down myself a little before sending it to Thorn. So, I would thank myself, but I kinda hate myself.
So riddle me this. You can only place one lava bomb at a time. Can you switch to another bomb while that one's deployed?
No, you can't for any bombs. It doesn't matter what kind of bomb, if the explosion is still playing, you can't open up the element change menu.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's not gonna get any better with the last 2 bomb times we can get.
The next bomb stops time, including your game.
Did you?
The next bomb crashes your ship.
The next bomb is Tommy.
Okay, for one of them, I'm actually kind of surprised at you, Hai Wang. I feel like maybe you've read ahead somehow.
No, fucking every video game in Japan has time mechanics somewhere.
Especially Nintendogs.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was actually not sure either.
I've not played anything but the 3DS demo for one of the Nintendogs, so I mean, you know, you could have pulled the wool over my eyes in that sense. The monologue here for villains actually lets you know, yeah, Bomberman can finish the game now, or he could wander into one of our stages and get killed, or not.
Are we going to be showing all of the alternate endings?
There's only 2 endings, but there's 2 ways to get to one of them. So, I mean, I probably will, especially if we get another bout of free time. I mean, I already recorded some differences, so that's something to look forward to for the thread. I don't know when they'll get put up. Maybe they'll get put up by the time that I've already recorded more differences. Some cutscenes do change depending on what order you defeated the bosses in. And I think, yeah, there's more. There's more differences in this one. There's differences for all 3 variations, like depending on whether you took down only one of the 2 bosses, both of them, what order, and whether or not something else happens in the final stage. Shrug. Being cryptic isn't my forte.
See you around, Bees Bob.
I can't believe our good friend Regulus suspects things.
Hup. Stop speaking in parentheses.
Can't you see I'm politely waiting for you to leave so that I can talk about you in my absence? I mean, in your absence. My own absence. But whatever.
How many licks does it take?
What would Jesus do for a Kit Kat bar?
I just realized it does look a bit like one of the hunters from Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, the hat. And the cloak. Anyway, we can backtrack now that we have the bombs. And here's the last 3 stages. Warship Noah, Abusement Planet Epicure, and Prison Planet Thanatos, which, I mean, kind of a loss not using Alcatraz for the Prison Planet. Here's our 3rd Guardian armor piece. There's a metal girder there that we can blow up, or melt, whichever. As you can see, with level 1, that bomb explosion didn't last 20 seconds. It lasted significantly less. So that's the godsend. And we have the most useless Guardian armor. The Guardian Vest. Now when we get stunned, we can recover a little faster. Yay! Mashing the buttons already does that, yay! I wanted the helmet.
What does the helmet do?
Remote bombs all the time. It's the best one, so of course it's the hardest to get.
And I'm sure the thread is going to vote to prevent you to get it.
Oh, I hope not. I mean, I'll probably be doing it anyway, because, you know, showing off all the differences. But the moment I have one of the 2 bombs that I need for that, I'm going back there. I'm just hightailing it and getting the helmet. But yeah, vote roller coasters, alleyways, or endgame, I guess.